That's our basket so far.
When my animals are sick, I'm gonna do the research.
It was really disgusting, by the way. See another baby watermelon. I know y'all probably like, girl, we heard you. Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia, and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. I'm the urban gardener who started her video and probably got through 30 minutes of it without the microphone on. And I did go back and I did try to listen. It did not sound good. So I'm going to attempt to take you back through what I have done, show you that we have things that need to be harvested, and just move through this video. So anyway, what we got done was we pulled the beans out of this bed. We amended this bed with rabbit manure and meal grinds. And now we are moistening it because the soil was pretty dry. But for today, what we need to get done, we need to get this bed amended and get our beans planted. The bed on the other side, we also need to get that amended and get some more beans planted. But what I noticed when I started to work in this bed is that we are having things break down, right? And so the soil is closer to the things that I actually put in the bed to fill it. So I only have one bag of soil. I have Happy Frog, but I only have that because that's what I start my seeds in, and we are starting seeds next week, probably this weekend. I only have one bag. So we're gonna get this bed done today, and then I'll go and get some kind of soil to fill this bed over here. Probably gonna be Happy Frog or Burger BM6. Those are the two soils that I use right now. But we also have tomatoes that need to be harvested. I'm gonna show you my little cucumbers. My mini-me's are performing and producing. I'm excited about that. We are gonna water this bed one time really good, walk away, do something else, come back, water it again. I pulled the dahlias from back here and I got the beans off the trellis because I want to grow another crop of beans. The first crop did not do well at all. So we're gonna let this soak right now. But I did want to show you, or I did already show you, the dahlia tubers look really good on these plants. Now, I don't know what this is going to look like because these plants weren't dying. I pulled them because I want to do something else, but I'm going to try to save the tubers anyway and see if I can't start them next year. The plants were really nice. If you remember, I started these very early, planted out really big plants, and these plants did really good this year. Only reason why I'm pulling them is, for one, they had started to get kind of small. For two, I would prefer to be able to get a good bean harvest over a dahlia harvest, but they were absolutely beautiful. We also have dahlias in the flower bed and the bed on the other side. So we haven't lost all of the dahlias, but we did pull those dahlias. And so for the plants that came out of this bed, I'm gonna do a chop and drop situation with those because I no longer have a compost pile. We're gonna do a chop and drop situation where once I get this bed finished, I'm just gonna chop those plants up and put them back on top of the soil. They will break down and feed this garden bed. I'm moving this soil around so it can start to absorb the moisture. I'm gonna drop some of that Happy Frog down in there eventually on the top. But right now we're gonna do this and walk away and go and plant the Bootstrap Farmer bags. Someone asked me how many sunflowers I put in my Bootstrap Farmer bag. Well, they asked me how many seeds. It depends on what I'm growing, but I think they also asked about the dwarf sunflowers. I'm only putting one dwarf sunflower in it because they get really wide. They're short, they are dwarf, but they do get wide. So I just want to give them, and I'll show you one so you can understand why I'm saying it. I just want to give them the space to do what they need to do to produce because they also are multi-head. You're not just getting one sunflower off of the ones that I plant. So all right, we're gonna walk away from here now and go and do something else. But this is where purple potted pole beans will go. The other one is gonna have rattlesnake beans on it once we get done with the beds. And I haven't decided what I'm putting back here yet. Once I do, I will let you know. I'll take you along with me actually. So while we wait, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of harvesting and then we'll get back to that. And I want to show you my little mini me cucumbers. I don't know if I told y'all that there were actually mini cucumbers on there. I wrote it on the screen in my garden tour. But yeah, these are patio tomatoes. They're in the green stalks, growing really well. You know, I've already harvested off of these this year already too. This one is a nice size one. right here. These will definitely be staples in my garden. Like, they produce well and they taste fine to me when I had them last year. So yeah. Oh, let me show y'all this corn. The corn is doing well. I wasn't expecting it to grow so fast. So I definitely need to get through here and feed it. I have not done that yet, but it's doing really good. And let's go over here because we got tomatoes to harvest. Quite a few of them are in here. They're blushing or like just really getting red. We have lots of rain coming, so I am grabbing anything that blushes. We have rain for the next few days, actually. We've only really been getting like thunderstorms, but those are the kind of storms that will definitely split your tomato because you're getting a whole bunch of rain at one time. So if they're blushing, like have any kind of color on them, I go ahead and take them. They will continue to ripen inside, and I've done this for several years. Doesn't change the taste of the tomato or anything, in my opinion. So see, we had something over here, probably birds. But yeah, we can still use it. We could just cut that out. These are paste tomatoes, Italian Roma tomatoes, and we got quite a few of them in here. Nice sized tomatoes too. I had never grown these before. They're very prolific, in case you're looking for a paste tomato aroma. Prolific, not always huge, but do give you a good amount of tomatoes. So that's a plus. Oh, I just knocked the green one off, but I'll take that in the house too. It will eventually ripen too. The green ones will, if you make a mistake and knock them off. Not seeing any blossom end rot. So that is a plus. I'm happy. I always end up, I feel like at least one portion of the year, one harvest has blossom end rot, which then alerts me to you're doing something wrong with your watering. And I mentioned that in another video, like you're doing something wrong with your watering, because most of my soil is made the same. And so if everything isn't having an issue, chances are it's my watering. And I'm okay to admit that I just struggle with watering, y'all. Even when I do the finger test, I still struggle with watering. So there's more over here. Now these started to split. It's okay. I don't know what these are. I would have to find the tag, but they are not the Italian Roma. But that's what I mean when I say they split. But you can still use it. This one, I probably wouldn't. If it was higher up and if it were a bigger tomato, I could cut it off, but I probably give that to the chickens. I do want to see which tomato. Oh, this is a colonial. Okay, well, that's good to know. I have colonials in other places and they're not doing that, so I don't know. Over here probably stays moist a little bit longer, and so that could be part of the problem, because I have colonial because it's shaded. That's why I'm saying that, because I have colonial in other places and they're not doing that. But these are early girl, and I keep saying early girl is definitely one that's gonna stay in the garden. Because even though she was an early plant, she also still producing. A lot of these plants still producing. Well, all of my plants are still producing and they still look good. That's the part that's making me happy too, is they still look good. This is a Supremo, nice size. Not as big as the one that I'm waiting for, but it's a nice size. Then we got, I wanna say these are the Super Sauce down here. Super Sauce has not given me a lot just yet. Maybe eventually, but if it doesn't, it won't be in my garden next year. It will not make it, because the Supremos and the early girls are doing amazingly. Oh, and the patios too. That's our basket so far, and we still got more to get out of this bed. The patio tomatoes out of this bed too. Oh, but before we do that, looky here. This is one of the mini-me's, finally getting cucumbers. And so this is supposed to be small. There's another one right here. I'm probably gonna let that grow a little bit more, but we got a bunch going up and down this plant already. So I'm excited about that. Take our little basket, and we have shishito peppers too, but we'll come back to get those. I had some of those yesterday with my lunch, and then I ate some for breakfast this morning because there was some left over. Somebody asked me about preserving shishitos. I don't preserve my shishitos, so I'm sorry, I cannot help with that. I always eat mine fresh. Like, that's how much I really love them. I never even have any left to preserve. I really like shishito peppers. I know it's not something that everybody likes, but I really do. And so I don't need to preserve mine because I eat them fresh. When they come out the garden, I'm eating them. Let me grab these other tomatoes and then I'll show y'all, because they all in the bed and I really don't have anywhere to put y'all. Well, I could put you back on the tripod. Hold on 1 minute. All right, so I'm gonna just slide in here and try to get them.
What I was saying was I don't have a reason to because I eat them. I do know, I think I saw Girl with Soil. She might have made a salt out of them maybe. So you might want to check her channel out if you are looking for ways to preserve them, because they are very prolific. And if you don't really like them like I do, you probably don't need no more than 2 or 3 plants, because they're very prolific. But I really like them. And my daughter also likes them. So I'm not the only one eating them. So there's that too. I guess I need to throw that out there that we both really like them. And when they come out of the garden, we eating them. They don't really stand a chance at getting preserved. There goes some more patio. We got some splitting over here too. Some of these I left. So yesterday, I saw these plants yesterday, right? I got a sick chicken. If you saw my community section, Betty got fly strike. Have never heard of it. Didn't know it was a thing. And so yesterday, I spent my whole day trying to take care of her to make sure she was okay. She has a vet appointment for Friday evening, so crossing my fingers for her that we can get to Friday evening. She seems to be better now, more responsive. Yesterday she was very lethargic and she wasn't really moving and stuff. So she's more responsive today, so I'm happy about that. But we're gonna get her to the vet, because if you don't know what fly strike is, like I didn't know what fly strike was, if an animal has poop around their vent or if they're injured, because I saw too, because that's something, now this is something I did some research on, y'all. I let this garden go for what it know, but when my animals are sick, I'm gonna do the research. Anyway, or if they have some type of injury, a fly can lay its eggs on them and the eggs will hatch, and then the maggots will essentially start to eat the animal's flesh. And that's what was happening to her. So I noticed it because if you remember, sometime last week I told you that I was treating them for parasites, for worms. One of the ways where you might know that your chickens has worms is because they will have a poopy butt. That is why I did it. So after I finished treating them, it's a 5-day treatment that I use. I was checking their vents, and that is when I noticed she had maggots everywhere. And that happened between the time I started treating them and the time that I went to check them for it, because it was not there when I started treating them. I was just noticing poopy butt, and I was like, well, we got to do something, because you know they all were experiencing it. And I put a dust bathing spot in for them too, and I did put diatomaceous earth in it. So one of the things that I am starting to realize for myself is I got to do the research. If someone says, hey, this isn't good, I got to do the research, because there is, for certain things, there are things that, you know, I may think is okay, and then other people may think that it's not. Just like I don't like to spray my garden. Other people spray their garden. I don't judge them for that, right? I've always said just garden how you garden. But one of the things that I have kind of done in my head is with my animals, I'm like, well, I want them to be natural. I'm gonna tell you right now, I tried natural. It was not working. I'm not saying that it doesn't work. I'm gonna say in my environment, in my backyard, in their run area, it wasn't working for me. So with that being the case, I went ahead and got something from the store. I did put diatomaceous earth in their dust bathing spot. It's also in their coop area, and I did use a chemical to spray their coop down too, because who knows what's in the coop. So yeah, I did do that, but I do have a sick chicken. It is Betty. She is in the house. She is comfortable now. I got all of those maggots off of her. It was really disgusting, by the way. I got all of those maggots off of her. I called the vet. I've never been to the vet. I've never been to this vet, period. They do exotic animals. Puppy has a vet, but they don't do exotic animals. And this vet is probably like 45, 50 minutes away from me. But it is what it is. Oh, hummingbird. I'm gonna do it all summer, y'all. If I see them, I'm gonna stop. So pretty. It's just so cool. And you know, I saw one actually like sit on a branch the other day in my neighbor's yard. It's a tree up there. I've never seen them do that before. I've always seen them hover. Oh, she gone. I never seen them sit down before, so I thought that was cool too. Y'all, look at all these tomatoes. Girl, my botanical interest, I was trying to show y'all that too, where I got it from, because I know some people are gonna ask. And I have a link in case you do want to get one, but it's down in the description. But anyway, sorry. Look at all them tomatoes, and we're not even done. There's more tomatoes out here that we need to get. I'm gonna water this real quick, because I think I'm gonna head into the greenhouse to get the tomatoes in there real quick. So let's just add some more water to this. Basically what I'm trying to do is make sure this is
is actually saturated and moistened before I put the new soil on it, before I put the mulch on it, and before I plant in it. So I guess this video is just me out here doing what I would normally do if the camera was not on. Honestly, because this is what I need to get done. And like I said, or I might have said it here, I don't know when I said it, but we have been getting rain, but the rains have been like thunderstorms. So it's been quick downpours type things. That's why the soil is not super moist too, because you would expect that this soil would be quite moist because we've been getting thunderstorms. But yeah, it's not the case. I am happy for this overcast day, even though it is still hot. Oh, I forgot about these tomatoes on these pretty bad plants back here. Let me get those. Actually, look at this. Y'all remember me saying, I gotta do y'all like this, I'm sorry. I don't have a lot of space. Y'all remember me saying this plant wasn't doing well? It's a cucumber plant. Look at this, it's a tiny little cucumber. I'm gonna leave it, let it grow some more, but it's a tiny little cucumber, and there is a tomato down here that I missed. But also, these are the tomatoes I'm talking about. They look absolutely terrible, y'all. We need to pull these. But they still producing, or not producing, but ripening their fruit. That's what I'm trying to get them to do. And then we're gonna pull quite a few of these too, because they look bad. These are San Marzanos. Again, never had this problem before, but considering, but this year could be me, could be them. They look pretty bad. All right, off we go to the greenhouse. Gonna drop these in here. That has some blossom end rot on it, which will make sense, especially over there. Drop these in here. We might have to get another basket. I thought this was gonna be enough, but it don't look like it. Before we leave from over here, I know I saw something blushing over here. At least I thought I did. Look, that's supposed to be over there. Baby, no. Girl, all right. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. No, I did. Okay, it's inside more. Oh, yeah, it was only one though. I think this is the Homestead tomato that I just pulled one off. This tomato that volunteered got tomatoes on it too. I don't think it's supposed to be shaped like this. It also looks disgusting. All right, off to the greenhouse we go. All right, so I grabbed another basket and we just gonna go through and get these tomatoes in here. These are super sweet 100s right here. This plant is coming out for sure. I did definitely make a decision on that, but there's a bunch of them. So y'all remember, I wanted to grow a truss. It's not the truss, but it's a truss. Oh goodness. I ain't gonna say nothing, but I'm sure you can tell. Yeah, this gonna come on out. Matter of fact, might as well do it now. Pull it right on out of you. All right, it's these two. Oh wait, there go a few. Can go in sauce. Can go in sauce. I'm throwing stuff out there and I'm gonna end up having to clean that up too. Eventually, girl. Let's get these. These are the Rosellas. Delicious and prolific. Those are good. They like sweet and tangy. Absolutely delicious. Somebody sent me these seeds. I think might have been a Baker Creek seed. I think. I don't know. Anyway, real good snacking tomato for sure. And I mean, of course you can do sauce for it too, but good just to pop in your mouth while you out in the garden for real. Oh, you know what else? Ooh, see another baby watermelon. Love it. That's what else we're gonna do today. Hopefully is get the trellises up in here. I got the Vego garden trellises, the A-frame ones. So I'll show y'all those. So I'm not harvesting these because of the weather. I'm harvesting these just because they are pretty much ready. It needs to be watered in here immediately. I'm not gonna do it right now, but it's 85 degrees in the greenhouse because it is overcast. So I'll take that. I will take that. Yesterday, I got a bunch of tomatoes off of the table that had ripened. I cored them and scored them and put them in the freezer. All right, that's everything in here. We still got the Brad's Atomic Grape back there, but I really like to let them really get ripen. Anyway, look at all of those. The yummy kind. Most of them are the yummy kind. All right, so we're gonna take a break from harvesting and we about to plant out these sunflowers in these bags real quick. And we got, oh, the sunflowers and the cucumbers. So we're gonna put these two sunflowers into the Bootstrap Farmer bags. I'm gonna drop 2 seeds in, although I don't feel like I need to with the Haas seeds. They have really good germination rates, but I'm gonna do it just to be safe. And then I'm going to end up cutting one out. I'm not gonna keep them both in the bag. And maybe I'll keep keep both in one bag just to see how they do. Oh, that's what I said I was gonna show you. This plant right here is the dwarf sunflower that I'm telling you about. This is the teddy bear. It hasn't finished. It's gonna be really fluffy looking, very pretty. But you see how big this plant is? It's gonna get really big. I don't want 2 of these in one bag. I will leave one just so people can see, but this is the plant that I'm telling you about. It's really big. Beautiful, but very big. So for this, I'm just gonna push the straw back and drop the seed down in it. Like I said, I'm gonna do 2 seeds per, and then I'm gonna end up taking one out when it germinates. And I'm putting everything towards the back of the bag. So as it gets bigger, it'll basically fill up the bag and not so much this middle aisle. That's what I'm hoping for. We will see how that works out. That's what I did with the cucumbers too, and they're looking really good. I hope y'all can see that. But the cucumbers are looking really good. They are the Space Master 80s. I like how they growing so far. They're not supposed to get really big. All right, and so I had planted some of these as starts, and they were really small starts, and the birds ate them. So that's why we are having to replant, and some of them never had plants in here. I'm not pushing the straw back over them until they germinate. Once they germinate, then I will put the straw back over them to keep the soil moist and cool. That's what we call mulching. So if you see mulching, it doesn't have to be straw. It can be grass clippings. It could be leaves. It could be compost. People mulch with a lot of different things. I like to use straw, and it has worked well for me, and so that's why I still do it. I had gotten away from mulching, and this year I was like, we're going back to mulching, or it might have been in the fall. I can't really remember when I started mulching again, but I decided we're getting back to mulching, and I think it was a great idea because this has been, and I've been saying it, I know y'all probably like, girl, we heard you. This has been my best gardening year ever. We're gonna go ahead and drop some sunflowers in here too, just for prettiness, honestly. I could definitely be putting something else in these bags, but we're just gonna drop some sunflowers for the prettiness of it. And we're gonna do teddy bear. Teddy bear are my favorites, y'all. So if we can get more teddy bear sunflowers in the garden, we will. And that's what we're gonna do. That is much bigger hole than I need right there. When you planting seeds, they don't need to be, like the hole doesn't need to be any more than maybe like 2 times the size of the seed, so that you can make sure you get germination. Then you just need to make sure you keep the soil moist, which is why I'm doing it when we are going to be getting a bunch of rain. I'm also thinking I'm not gonna plant the cucumbers here just because we got a lot of cucumbers. I'm looking and I'm like, do we need any more cucumbers? I don't think that we will. So I'm just gonna leave that because, like I said, we'll be planting for fall, end of August, early September. But actually what I wanna try to do this year is mid-August, late September. My normal planting is end of August, early September. Hot out here, y'all. Let's go moisten this bed real quick, and then we probably gonna go in the greenhouse for a minute. So I'm gonna see how moist it is, if it's working through. Oh yeah, I think we are kinda good now. So I'm gonna drop the soil on it now and then moisten it again, because this is moistened. And I think I used Happy Frog with this, so that grabbed that moisture really quick. Okay, because I only had to do it twice. All right, nice. I love that. All right, let's drop this bag in here. Oh, I just looked through the dragon tongue beans. We need to harvest those. We're gonna end up remulching this too once we get the beans planted, because beans can come up through straw with no problem. And I'm just gonna do a full bag because we had a lot of settling, and I'll just have to go get more soil to start seeds with. All right, so we got rabbit manure in here and meal grinds. I'm really loving both options this year, like having both options. All right, now I didn't want it to go that high. Turning your water on super high to water dry soil is not doing anything. It's running right through the soil. So nice low setting where it can seep down into it is a good setting. We are now going to walk away and go do something else. One thing being, go drink some water. I had it down here and then I put it on the porch, not thinking. All right, we'll come back to that. I said we was going in the greenhouse, but real quick, we're gonna harvest these beans. I got my water, y'all. You got to stay hydrated. Even on an overcast day, I am so wetting my butt off for more than one reason, but the heat is a part of it too. Oh, nice amount. I think we're gonna get a nice amount out of here. Probably should check the Royal Burgundy too. This was not supposed to be a harvest video, but I'm doing what I would normally do out here, y'all, which would be to check stuff as I'm working through and then be like, oh, let me grab that. So that's what I'm doing. So this is a mix of a video, like I said. I'm probably gonna order some more dragon tongue beans, y'all. Then I gotta figure out if there's anything else I can order. Might order some more Rosella seeds if I can't remember if the person sent me like the full pack or what they sent me, but if they didn't, I might order some more of those. Let's see. I thought I saw another one. Let's go over this side. Yeah, nice amount of these. I cooked some of these the other day. I feel like we could take them eggplant too. It's that time of year. It is harvest season, y'all. That's a big old one right here. That was huge. They getting mixed in with the black beans, so I don't be looking over there. We didn't have a lot of black beans in this bed either, so we only had a few spots. And I'm sure there's beans available on the green stalks too. I need to check those as well. Oh yeah, hello. Love dragon tongue beans. I love dragon tongue beans, y'all. They be hiding though. All beans hide, if we honest. Like, still flowers in here too, so we're not gonna pull these plants, not right now, but it would be nice to have some ready to go when it is time to pull them. Some more right here. And I have 9 plants per square feet, which is also why it's a little bit messy in here. You could do less, but you are also able to grow 9 plants per square feet, y'all, which really helps you maximize your space, which in turn helps you maximize your harvest, but it's also a little messy. And they say the more you harvest beans, the more they grow too, so want to harvest them as much as you can when they ready. And you really can harvest them at any size too, especially these dragon tongue, because their beans don't get, well, I guess they will at some point, but even at this size, the beans aren't huge. So the beans inside aren't huge. I think that might be it. I also want to get up off my knees. This is why I want to do more raised beds too, y'all. It's not just gonna be for looks at this point. It's gonna be because I need them. All right. Sorry. Oh my goodness, there's still more. I missed them and I definitely looked through here already. It's okay. All right, I think that's it. Oh goodness. Yeah, that's a nice harvest. I'm gonna check these purple ones, also known as Royal Burgundy. Green beans, one of my favorites, and I always try to plant a lot so I can preserve them for the winter time when we can't get them in the garden. So that's why you're gonna always see a lot of bean plants in my garden. One of my favorites. Off we go. Might as well check the green stalks too, I think, since we already harvested now. Those are the beans so far. Very nice. So this one has a nice amount of beans on it. These are beans I got from my local feed and seed. I remember now. I just went and grabbed the pack because I was like, I didn't know what to put in here. And I was like, I need to use up some seeds that I have. So these were from my local feed and seed, and I got them early on in my whole gardening career. So still germinating. So don't throw your seeds away. You might have to put more than you normally would in a pocket or in a hole wherever you're planting it, but they will germinate, so don't throw them away. There's still some good. Seeds can last for a while. Again, germination rate might drop, but they will still germinate. And if you are in a situation where you can't get a seed that you want, you'll be wishing that you didn't throw them away when you did have them. I don't throw any seeds away. So all right, let's head on to another one. This video might end being a harvest video, and we'll get back to work in the next video because I feel like it's already long and now we finding all of this stuff that needs to be harvested. And this is another reason why I'm really happy for green stalks. I am able to grow 3 plants in one pocket of this, and the entire green stalk is only taken up
2 square feet of space. So it's definitely worth it for me. I really love them. And I tell anybody that is trying to learn how to garden, I'm not telling anybody here to buy anything. What I'm saying is, if I have a friend who wants to learn to garden and they don't really want to be down in the soil, I did take those shishito peppers because there's still ants on these plants. I never got out here to put the trap in that pocket. But anyway, if they don't want to like be down in the soil, or they like, I ain't doing that, I don't like snakes, I understand. You know, I tell them this is one thing that you can do. Now, somebody told me a story, and I'm not gonna tell it here in case somebody else is scared of snakes, but they told me a story that involved these and snakes, and I was like, oh my goodness. But I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going with these just like I'm still going with gardening. They can pop up anywhere. I'm just hoping that they don't pop up back here because I don't like them and I'm scared of them. Terrified. Scared is an understatement. I am terrified of snakes. I'm taking these shishito peppers like I said because never got around to putting an ant trap or 52 over here. Yeah. And then see how easy it is. Done pull that whole plant out there, y'all. Crazy work. Could probably put it back. I'm going to see what happens. Still had roots on it, but then I bent it. That plant is good as gone. It's good as gone, y'all. Bean harvest looking amazing. Looking amazing. Nice. All right, let's see if we got any over here. That plant I almost killed. Well, it's pretty much dead. I ain't almost nothing. This plant about dead. Yeah, ain't nothing on it. I was trying to keep it alive. This is another thing we need to do. Oh, but this one is producing. The one up under it, very nice. Another thing we need to do is clear this green stalk right here, cause I need to get potatoes in by the end of the month. That thing got ants all in it. You want to know something? Bird making nest over here in these too, which then gives the ants more stuff to kind of sit in. Crazy work, but it's all right. Oh yeah, we got a little bit of plants over here. Nasturtiums didn't take them all out. A little bit of beans, but I won't do that again. I don't want it to shade it. So let's see, do we have any cucumbers anywhere over here? The plant is everywhere. I never pulled that zucchini plant out of here. I need to do that too. Maybe in the next video. Should have been in this video, but this didn't switch to a harvesting video. Which is very important too, to get your harvest off your plants if they need to go. If it's a plant where the more you harvest, the more they grow, or where the plant will end up dying, whatever the reasoning may be. Where are my cucumbers on this green stalk? The plant's growing, they still look good, but we also got quite a few squash bugs on here too, so ain't no big deal. You know what I'm thinking about doing? Next year, just doing a bunch of bean green stalks. These strawberries, some of them look good, some of them look eaten. By somebody other than me. That was good. Yumsville. Anyway, let's move on. We need to get the snips for this, because sometimes they'll come off easy, sometimes they won't. Like that one was an easy one. Eggplant, I take them small. I don't need no big eggplants. Like that one came off, but that one didn't. I need to go get the snips. That one did. Let me try this one more time. Save me some time. Yeah, it's not coming off. All right, gotta go get the snips for that one. All right, very nice. Very nice. What else might be in here? Other than ants, they better in here, but they not completely gone. They definitely better though. I don't want to act like they not, because they are. You got some shishito peppers that's turning red in here, but that's because I didn't want to harvest them because them ants was in there. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Pretty little eggplant. I like it. Love this time of year, y'all, when you literally are harvesting every other day almost. You getting something out of the garden. Here goes some shishito peppers. Try to get them before the ants get them. And I guess we might as well get the other shishito peppers too, since we didn't turn this into a full-on harvest video. See, we got some yellow candy cane, but I'm really trying to leave them. I want to know what red tastes like. This plant filled up with peppers again, so cool beans. We love that. Very prolific. The candy canes are very prolific. I'm gonna put these eggplant over here with these cherry tomatoes and go get the rest of these shishito peppers. There's also some jalapenos ready, so we'll get them too. It's not as many shishito peppers on here as I thought, but there's definitely some red ones on here. I think I'm gonna let these jalapenos go a little bit longer. I'm gonna see if I can get them to be a little bit bigger. And some of them are. So we're gonna let them go a little bit longer. All right, so I think that's
that's it, y'all. I think that's the harvest right now. I think we get ready to plant these beans out and then probably go in the house for a minute because I'm getting a little hot. There's also shishito peppers in the greenhouse. I'll probably get those before I go in. So, purple potted pole beans, a second planting, hoping for the best. I'm gonna put 2 beans on each one of these, which I don't normally do. I'm gonna give that a try this year though, because beans don't need a lot of space. Probably could do 3. Let's do that and see what we could get. So I'm gonna put 3 around this pole right here, and then maybe get 3 plants to pop up and run up this one pole. And then maybe I can make up for the harvest I have not gotten this year so far. I have my gloves, but I work better with seeds without gloves, and it's not gonna ruin my nails too bad. If I was like really digging, maybe. All right. Finally got that done. And tomorrow, probably tomorrow, maybe even later today, I'll go get some more soil so I could do the other bed and get them replanted, well, planted, because I never planted rattlesnake beans before, but I want to give them a try so I can have more than one pole bean option. Like I said, right now, I've only been doing purple potted, so we'll see what rattlesnake tastes like. All right, I like this. I think this should work. Just gonna cover it back up. And my straw is in the greenhouse. I don't feel like carrying it over here right now. But just know, I'm going to cover this bed with straw to hold in moisture. So, yeah. Beans replanted, finally. All right, y'all. I think I'm going in the house for a little while, but I'll be back out here because this is like perfect weather. Aside from like the heat, but it's perfect weather. There's no sun out to be gardening, and it's midday, I think. What time is it? I really don't know what time it is. Well, it's 1:17, so not midday. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram, where I post about the things going on in my garden almost every day. Bye, y'all. I forgot to show y'all the final harvest. I did not go in the greenhouse yet, but anyway, beans and shishito peppers. That's a nice harvest of beans for sure, especially since I don't have my purple potted pole beans. Eggplants, like what is that? 6 eggplants, and then a bunch of cherry tomatoes, and then a basket full of tomatoes that's gonna go on the table to finish ripening